How's it going, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Got something really special to show you today. This is a Thai soup by the name of Gha Kai. It is a coconut milk based soup. It's sweet, it's spicy, got a bit of citrus in the background. It is really nice. Now, I was introduced to this soup about a year and a half ago. We was out at a Thai restaurant, and this was one of the starters that we was presented with, and it was so good. And then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna find out how you make this soup. And so here we are. Now, it's one of those videos where everything looks a bit busy, and this is going to be quite a large batch of the soup, so don't panic. So it will be scaled down if there's just yourself or the two of you. Don't worry about it. As you can see, I've got 3 tins of coconut milk there. If it was just 2 people, then it'll just be 1 tin. But anyway, pretty much the actual basis of the recipe will remain the same. So what will you need? Let's go through it. Some fine beans, some spring onion. Now, when I chop this, I'm going to go from that end down about halfway. I'm more interested in the top side of the spring onion than the bottom, because I don't want a really strong onion flavour in the soup. So I'm just going to be using the tops there. I've just knocked it over, so I might as well show you. Some fish sauce, some honey, some Thai green curry paste, garlic granules, ginger, some sugar snaps, coconut milk, limes. Now, if it's just 2 of you, 1 tin, 1 lime. Now, as I said, I'm doing quite a large batch here, so I'm using 2 limes. I'm going to take the zest off the lime first, and then I'll be using the lime juice a bit later on when we get round to it. 2 stock cubes, yet again, if it's just the 2 of you, 1 stock cube. Some baby corns, some pak choy, mushrooms, and chicken. And that's what you'll need. Yes, it does look a bit busy, doesn't it? But trust me, you'll be fine. So let's get into it. Within a blink of an eye, I am back. As you can see, things are starting to look a little less busy around here. So what have I done? I've finally chopped the beans, the corn, spring onion, bok choy, and sugar snaps. Now, you will notice I haven't put the mushrooms in with those, and there's a good reason, because once I've fried off the chicken, which I've cut into small pieces like so, I will fry the chicken off first, and then I will add that side of the veg, because I want the veg to kind of meet and greet each other and their own flavours start to sweat out, to which then I will add the garlic granules, the ginger, and some of the coconut milk. So let's go over to the Flameovator and get started. Right then, I've got my very trusty Dutch oven, my cast iron pot. If you haven't got one of these, get yourself one, because you can do so much with them. They are brilliant. Okay, so in there I'm going to pop the chicken, and I'm going to cook that off just for a little bit, because once everything's added, it'll continue cooking so don't worry about that. So I'm just going to white it over before adding all the other little bits and pieces. So stick with me and I will be back with you within the blink of an eye. Boom, there, promised you, didn't I? So that chicken's just got white all over, not quite cooked through. So now I'm going to add a little bit of our chicken stock. Now, as a rule of thumb, if you use, say, 1 tin of coconut milk, you want a pint of chicken stock. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the stock in there. Next I'm going to add the garlic granules, which I'm going to put about a teaspoon of garlic granules in there, like so, along with a teaspoon of our ginger. So pop that in, like so. Give that a little mix. Straight away, a lovely blast of that garlic and ginger coming up. It smells good already, folks. It really does. Okay, next I'm going to add our veg. Very carefully, I should say. There we go. Pop that all in there. Skillfully. There we go. Fantastic. Da, da, da. Super job. Lovely. And give that a little mix up. Now I want to sweat these through for about 10 minutes, and then I will add the rest of that chicken stock and some of the other ingredients as well. So I will get back to you very, very shortly. Right then, now that those veggies have meated and grated each other, sweated off, all them flavours are starting to come together, and it really does smell absolutely fantastic even at this point. So I'm going to add the rest of my stock. Like so. To which I am now going to add the fish sauce. Now if you're just using 1 tin, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce will be absolutely fine, but because I'm doing a large batch, I'm going to be using about 3 tablespoons. So pop that in. Like so. Give that a little mix. Lovely. Next I'm going to add the lime zest along with the lime juice. So pop that in. And the lime juice. So give that a good squeeze. You can buy the bottles of this, by the way, a bit like you can the lemon juice, you know. Probably make life a little easier for you as well, but I like the fresh limes. There we go. And the next two. Make your hands smell really nice as well. There we go. Lovely. Okay. So I'm just going to let that simmer for about 10 minutes again. And then I'll add the coconut milk, the Thai green curry paste, and some honey. So let that go for about 10 minutes and we'll get to the next stage. Simmering away for about 10 minutes now. Smells absolutely beautiful, but we are not finished yet. We are not, because now I'm going to add the curry paste. Now I'm going to be using all of this because it's a large batch. Now if you're just going to be using 1 tin of coconut milk, 1 pint of stock, then I would say use half, depending on your taste, or just 3 teaspoons. So I'm going to be using all of this. So that goes in like so. Now if you want it a little bit more spicy, you can, if you want to, use some chili powder. It is absolutely fine, don't worry about it. However, that Thai curry paste is quite spicy. So I'll just mix that in. And then I will add the coconut milk. Whoop. My spoon's sinking. Mix all that up. And I'm going to let this simmer again, this time for about 15 minutes, just to let everything start to meet and greet. And then we'll get to the next stage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are nearly done. Now, the honey. Now it's one of those things where you've got to just try to a little bit taste it. If it needs a little bit more sweetness, then you can add. So it's easier to add than to take away. So what I would suggest is just put a little bit of honey in there, and what you're after is just a little bit of background sweetness, not really overpoweringly sweet. So I'm going to add some of that honey into there, give it a stir around, leave it 5 minutes, and then try it. And if it needs a little bit more sweetness, I can always add. As easy as that. And that's what you're after, just a little bit of background sweetness. So I'm going to leave that for 5 minutes. And if I'm happy enough with the sweetness, I will add the mushrooms and let it simmer for about half an hour, and then you're ready to serve. So I'll just let that go for a little bit, and then I'll try it, and we'll take it from there. And here we are, the finished product. Tom Gha Kai Soup. Absolutely beautiful. That's ready to serve. Smells absolutely fantastic, and trust me, it tastes equally as good. I'm going to enjoy that. Very much so. So, if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Even better, click that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me, and I will catch you on the next video. Catch you later, folks.